Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today, we're gonna try to find some deck ideas. The upcoming qualifier weekends for the month of March is Alchemy. So there'll be the play-in best of one, and then the play-in best of three, as well as the qualifier weekend being best of three. Alchemy is a format that's largely for a lot of folks have fallen on the wayside. It's a hot topic issue, but here, the weekend is what it is. If we want to play in the event, that's the event that it is. I'm going to be trying out a couple best of one decks. We'll try out a couple best of three, give some folks some ideas. Did a metagame breakdown as well if you want to see some decks. This Gruul burn deck has got a 69% win rate thus far over the last couple weeks, tracked from Untapped. So we're going to give this one a shot. And it's really kind of cool. So it's built around, so keep in mind, Alchemy standard rotated as the normal rotation in Alchemy, so it's 2-year standard as opposed to 3-year. So like Kamigawa, the Tri lines are all gone, Midnight Hunt, the Innistrad set's gone. We have Lord of the Rings though, that's in here because we have Lord of the Rings. And Fiery Inscription, 1 ring. So enters the battlefield, the ring tempts us, so one of our creatures gets tempted, and then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you deal 2 damage to each opponent. And then we're just playing a bunch of impulse effects. Perilous Iteration effectively draws you 2. Questing Druid draws you 2 in a way. Ren's Resolve draws you 2. We have 12 1-mana burn, shock effects between Melt Through, Ranger's Firebrand, and Shock. And then we also have Lightning Strike in here. Rally the Hornbird makes you 2 1/1s with haste, which also works out pretty nice as well. We have the Captivating Crossroads, where if we're on the draw, this comes into play untapped, which is kind of cool. You could choose your color, Thran Portal, without it being terrible Thran Portal. The one card that, I don't know if it's just not included from budget perspective or just curve, how many lands are we playing here? 22. A card that you'll see a lot in these burn decks or just grind decks in general is Palantir. Very strong in terms of the grindy matchups, just providing sustained card advantage. So an interesting card there. We'll play some games. There's a sideboard here if you're interested. Big kind of pull is Jar Soul coming out to rebuy your burn. But we're going to give it a shot, see how it plays out. And it's towards the end of the season, so if we make a run, we can maybe get some flame points, but if not, it's not the end of the world. 24 hours left, wasn't it? I almost got the Mythic in draft, which is first. So we will go to Alchemy Best of One. I'm actually curious too, just when we play this, to see what the queue times are in this format. So give it a shot. One of the things with Alchemy is the ladder is usually a little softer, but it's either you're going to get people that are very high rank, or we're going to be matched against silver players. Okay, so we did get a Mythic player at least. Might be towards the end of the month, so we're getting more. I'm actually curious as well to see what we play against. So start off, Swiss Spear on the play. Let's go. So the ring tempts you is effectively like a dungeon effect. Gives us various boosts in terms of power and stuff. Okay, so they are walls. Cool. See what they do here. So I think we're just gonna go Shock here. Get this out of the way and then we'll pass the turn. I probably should have held off on the land because I could have played this tapped. There's also consideration just to play Questing Druid out. I think we're just going to pass the turn here. I'll Questing Druid this turn. Not quite sure what they're on. Okay, so Oracle the Alpha. Come on down. Okay, so it's actually pretty solid. So we were on the play, so this comes into play tapped. So we'll play out this land. could just double spell. Probably do that. Get our counters up. Let that be the ring bearer. Get questing druid going. So ridgeline is 4 to activate. So even if we run out some cards, we have some advantage there. We still have 7 impulse effects left in the deck. Okay, so they hit us with the Brotherhood's End. So let's Ren's Resolve here. Jeez, whole lot of lands. We're just passing the turn here. Got a little, like, probably still wasn't going to play around that. Jesus. Oh, you need to die. Part of the thing is, like, I don't quite know what we're against, so it's a little hard to play around stuff. They go in another dragon, we're in a bad spot. Unless we hit another piece of burn. "22 lands might be a bit too much for this deck. Probably gonna just drop and play a Palantir after this. Okay. We got Swifty. Okay, so that's not quite enough to kill, so let's just hold off. In case they have like a 2 damage spell, I can do this. At the beginning of your combat, if you draw more than the yada yada, put X counters on creature. -1. So we still have a lot of burn left in the deck too, so Pearly's Iteration, Questing Druid, Wrens. We got a lot of card advantage coming. Congrats, you got Mox Ruby. Well, that's kind of scary. Okay. Should be dead here. Because they block the Restless Ridge, and then I hit him with the Swiss Spear. I mean, it's a big dino. Okay, so they should have blocked Swiss Spear. Just give him prowess, but we'll take that win. So, drew a lot of lands that game, but still pulled it off. Some weird decks you're going to see in this format. The wall on 1. The thing I kind of liked about this deck that caught my eye was I like playing aggressive decks that have card advantage. I don't like playing aggressive decks that are just dump your hand and, you know, hope for the best. Okay, 229. So let's see what they're playing. Okay, so we got the ring. I think we try this. It's a little bit slower, but this could be the mirror. Just straight mono red. I have a pause there. Could be Monstrous Rage. Wish one of these was one of the instant ones. Godric. I'm gonna kill Godric here. Don't love it. But I think it's important to do so. So I do think we need to kill Squee here. It's not great. It is not great, let me tell you that. A lot of dummies here. Maybe should have done questing there, but missing land drop that turn really hurt. And then if they just have... Yeah. We're taking 4 here, plus they can get Squee back. And we just... Yeah. This game we just didn't hit lines. A little bit of a clunker on the play. They were a little bit more linear. I think we had that one more land, we're okay, or if we were just able to better use our mana. The fact we had to kill Godric. I think if we hit a land there, we go with the ring. They get a boost on Godric, but then we untap, and then we can just play the, like, control their board. Alright, this hand looks good. Go, go, Swiftspear, go, go. So this is actually an interesting. So what are the chances that the Chandra player is playing mono red? So I actually think the line is Mountain Pass, Swiftspear on 2, and then we just play around their shock effects. Could be reasonable. Because if you look at it like the Swiftspear just plays into removal for only 1 damage. It's not a huge upside. Where keeping this alive longer is more sustained damage. Opponent, where'd you go? Where did you go? Opponent. So usually shock early. These are better late game against bigger things. I kind of want to just get the ring going, to be honest. It makes like all my other plays better. Invoke. All right. So we take a turn, they can hit us, and then we just kind of go to town. Love an impulse effect. That's not bad. In case I draw a lightning strike. Ooh, another ring for next turn. So this is Convoke with Kellen. More Leader's Call. That's fine. So do this. Kill this. Ping them. So I think this turn we start pushing through some damage. Especially since we're just all gas next turn. Yeah, we'll just discard this. Getting this up starts getting damage on that, and then we can pivot the corner quick. So you saw there how like we get the engine going, we can start pushing through huge amounts of damage. So like as long, there's quite a bit of go wide though, so it's electrostatic infantry might be reasonable just because it has trample. At least like thus far, the removals just seem to be like burn based, but we've also run into 3 like aggressive players in a row. We go first. Same idea. Don't take a chance, play it. During the first 3 turns of the game, captain is the battlefield tapped if you are the starting player. Well, I messed up on that. I thought it was the other, so obviously should have played that tapped probably. It's fine. If they want to use a removal spell here, land. 1-time land. Land me. Land me, daddy. So 12 points of damage for 3 mana spent. Be cut down. Be cut down. Edict. Alright. You got me. Stop playing these stupid life gain lands. Just past turn. No green mana. Damn it. Would have been so good. Maybe should have put that green, but I have more red cards. So damage doesn't clean up here. I think we go to my turn. We draw. Okay, well, let's hope for the best. I gain some life here. Weird draw. They're on mono removal. So we're not going to let them draw here. I need like a Reckless Impulse or a green line. We'll lose life. All right, let's hope for the best. So they can fire up the cottage here. They don't have the life. We're just gonna take the damage this turn. We could die. Nope, not enough. That one was just a little awkward. We have a lot of green sources, just the way the lands came into play didn't work that game. Whereas if we hit like just that card draw effect, might have been right to prioritize killing Shieldred, but at that point it was uncertain if we were going to hit it or not. We'll try this out. So, Haywire Might here, I'll get him 3 life when it dies. We probably want to kill this just because if we hit the ring, we don't want him to get this. They could discard a card and eventually get a Soul New Phyrexia. Enters the battlefield tapped if you were the starting player. We'll make this one green. I'm just gonna Questing Druid here on end step, depending on what they play. If they play like a Gissa or a creature that we can kill with strike, we'll strike it. If not, we just Druid here. Having 5 points of damage is nice for a Shieldred turn. Fiery Inscription. Yes, please. Alright, so the Might's like their main way to blow it up. They don't have green mana, which is also good here. So this will, once you get rid of 3 of these lands, you can get one of these Souls of New Phyrexia onto the battlefield. Oh, is it Reanimate or Forget Shath? That's interesting. So a couple options here. They likely have removal. So let's see how much damage this is. This is 5, 7. Five, 7, 9, 16. I don't know if they could kill us next turn is the question. Because if they reanimate this, I want to kill this. So do this. Do this, and then we get this as a way to loot this land away. Probably just doing this at this point. It might have another reanimation effect. I just don't know like what top end they have. That's fine. You just 4 mana to kill my 1-drop. We did hit a lot of lands. Okay, that's a really good draw. Why would you tap like that? That's lethal. Okay, gotta watch out with auto tapper. We almost got auto tapped out of that one. Give this one more go. Like when you have the ring going, it's very explosive. I think you'd almost want like Jar Soul or another 2-drop, just something with like sustained. Part of it is like you're a little bit better into like all the creature removal because you're only playing 8 creatures, but even I don't think Static Discharge is legal anymore. We'll try this out. No green mana, but we effectively dig like 5 cards deep. Or 3, 4. Yeah, we'll see like 4 more cards before that. Like the first few turns, depending what they're playing, you have to decide if you're going to be the control deck or the aggressive deck. This could be Dollmaker combo. Kill this now. This gives us like more time to play the spells at least. It also lets us decide how we want to take the turn. This looks like Phyrexian Tribal. Yeah, that's straight cheating. Oh my god. You kidding me? How do we either like 10 lands or no lands in this deck? Okay, cool. You could be the ring bearer. You could be the ring bearer. So they'll drain us here, but get rid of an iteration here. Ren's Resolve, at least we can cast. I'm happy here if they trade with the Swift Spear, I think. Elias Sakor can gain them life. I went with this one here because this one can always attack through. Okay, go for the throat. Probably should have hit the ring one. Ah, that actually works there. Alright. Ren's Resolve me, baby. Interesting turn. think I'm going to just say go. I have this as an option. I have Questing Druid as well. Look at all these green sources. I think if they offer it, we trade with Elias. Get that through. If they want to use a removal spell here, it saves for my Questing Druid. The hell is this? Enters the battlefield tapped. 2 gets perpetuated, then returned to the battlefield. Activate only if is in your graveyard and its toughness is 2 or greater. Okay. Kind of scary. There are all our green sources. I think this turn... I mean, I either have to decide if I'm gonna ignore this, which is a 3-turn clock, or just point face. That's 5 burn to the face. I have another Questing Druid. My Questing Druid could just hit it, so I think we're just doing this. Ignoring it, and then casting this second Druid this turn. If it didn't come back, then maybe, but... That's not, it's lethal on board right now. Jeez, there's all our lands. All our lands. Last card removal spell. Fortunately, cut down doesn't quite do it here. So go for the throat. Very annoying sequence of just how we hit our stuff here. So I can block here. I think we just pass. I gotta try to just kill them for next turn. Don't think it's feasible, but if it is, this is the way we start. 2 burn spells. Not quite. Not quite. So they have lethal on board. They just need to actually execute on it. So they can sack whatever I block, the bloated processor. Okay, so they didn't see it. They gave us a chance. Cool. 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 Opponent, read your cards. So you could sack something, put a counter on it, and then it would have got bigger, which dealt that 1 point of damage. So, oh no, the deck's cool. You could get some awkward draws, but it's a fun way. Like if you like Burn, definitely check it out. You can do some silly. We turn the corner very quick in a lot of those games. I think I would still want maybe like a Palantir just to kind of grind it out because you're not getting sustained damage, or try out like one more creature in there. Probably another 1-drop creature. You have like a lot of subsequent stuff, but getting the 1-drop going is probably the most important thing in the deck itself. You could even look at something like Case of the Crimson Rose, anything of that nature. You can kind of play it in that respect. But let me know what you think. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.